Hey folks, Fernando doing another video for the Modern Survivalist, and today taking a look at the Nitecore TIKI. Full disclosure, this flashlight was not sent to me. I just bought it myself. I just liked it and thought, hey, seems quite interesting. I actually love the features. It looks very complete in terms of what you get, and has some things that I don't know if the average guy will feel all that excited about. I do. I like some of the things that this little flashlight offers, so that's why I bought it. Again, really no big deal. If someone sends me a flashlight, if some company sends me a flashlight, it's really not going to be changing the way I feel about it in terms of doing an honest review. That doesn't change one bit, but I mean, full disclosure either way. If I get it for free, I'll let you know. If I buy it myself, let you know, and you make up your mind if that matters or not. For me, it doesn't make much of a big difference other than just waiting for something to arrive and that sort of thing. Why is it that I like this little thing so much? I have so many flashlights. There's really rarely something that I'm all that excited about. Even if when companies say, hey, do you want to check this out? No. Usually my answer is no. Every once in a while there's something that I think I like, so I'll tell them, okay, send it my way. I'll give it a shot, see how I like it, and let people know about it. But in this case, I was actually very excited about it because, given my experience, it has a bunch of features that I most definitely like. And I'm not going to be saying it's the perfect little flashlight, but damn, it gets very close to it. First of all, the price is like 23, 25 bucks in Amazon. I'll leave the links as always there below if you want to check it out. So price, it is very, very reasonable. You have a super compact. You can hide it under your pinky finger, and it's very lightweight. At the same time, it feels like a solid plastic construction. It doesn't feel cheap or weak in any way. And then it has this stainless steel bezel, which makes it nice and solid. Now, in terms of the features, you have a flashlight that is dust resistant, water resistant, and yeah, quite a bit impact proof, I would say. You have a flashlight that's also using an internal battery, which you recharge through a micro USB port right there. And that simplifies things quite a bit in terms of not having to buy any sort of battery. Yeah, sure, sometimes you want to have a flashlight that it can use replaceable batteries, but in this case, with a bunch of features that it has, you can really stretch how far you go with whatever battery you have left. And let's be honest, today, a micro USB port is a lot easier to find than spare batteries. So yeah, and of course, you couldn't get a format this small with even a AAA battery. So in terms of how much functions you have and such, first of all, when you just press it, keep it down like that, boom, there you go, 300 lumens. That is the high mode, which is going to be lasting 30 minutes. So you want to use that with a little bit of care and not overdo it, and only when you need a strong blast of light will you be using this. Keep in mind, I have a reflector pointing at everything I'm filming here right now. So when you see the light, it's on top of the light I already have going on. Now, if you want to use this for a more typical thing, you will just double click it, and there it goes into the moonlight mode, which is going to be 1 lumen for 40 hours. 40 hours is a lot of light, and 1 lumen is quite decent. Actually, this is what you use mostly so as to move around your house when you don't want to wake everyone up, and you're quite able to see around the house and not, step on stuff and crash against walls and whatever. You can see very decently with 1 lumen. If you need a little bit more, you click it again and you go for 15 lumens. Now 15 lumens is serious light. It's going to be lasting for 4 hours, but you can see your way around the house quite nicely and find stuff very easily with 15 lumens. Now if you're going to be going outdoors and you want even more light, another click, this is going to be giving you 60 lumens. With 60 lumens, you definitely can walk around outdoors and make your way without much of a problem. 60 lumens, that's definitely very decent light, and it's getting closer to a tactical flashlight type of levels. Finally, 300 lumens. This is a lot of light, but again, this is going to be lasting only 30 minutes. 60 lumens for 1 hour, that is very decent. If I wanted to stretch this, honestly, I would just stick to the 1 lumen or the 15 lumens. With 15 lumens for 4 hours, I'm more than happy with that. So far so good. So as to turn it off, you just press and keep it pressed, and that's that. I like like this user interface because it simplifies things so as to not have this accidentally turn on, which is a common problem with some of this button flashlights on the side. So double clicking, that's going to be avoiding a lot of this, and if it's going to be just keeping it pressed, it's only going to be lasting so much, because as soon as that's depressed again, as you remove the pressure, it's turning off again. So quite good in that regard. But what made it for me was these additional two lights that you have here on the side. So what is the deal with these two LEDs? Well, first of all, you have to triple click 1, 2, 3 so as to access those. And the first one you have is a UV light. Now, why would I want to have a UV light? Well, let me tell you, for years I carried a UV light in my keychain, and the reason I used that was so as to have a way of checking for counterfeit money. It is not foolproof because these can be counterfeited as well, but it's a very nice way of quickly checking a few bills if you're just a little bit suspicious and just an additional feature you want to check out. For me, living in Argentina for many years with money often coming across funny money, I've handled that more times than I could possibly remember, as is the case for most people in those parts of the world. Fake money is quite common, and you want to avoid that as much as you can. This was pretty much something that I use quite often, and that's why I had one of these in my keychain. That's why I love the idea of having this in a flashlight. Besides that, you can use this so as to charge some of the fluorescent elements in a watch, in some optics that you may have. It has a bunch of other features. You can look for different things that react to UV lights. I mean, even to a point, you can disinfect some stuff with UV light, as it's been proven with coronavirus. This amount of UV light will disinfect whatever surface you're using it on. So it's nice to have a UV light in your flashlight. It's a nice addition, and I wish most manufacturers would think of this. Now, when you click on this again, you access this other LED that you have, which makes the little keychain light like a kind of like a reflector, and that's pretty nice. You have a super compact flashlight that works almost like a little reflector to a degree. And if you're looking carefully, you see how this light is different from the other one. This one looks a little bit more warmer. That's because it's a CRE light. It's a color rendering and index light. That means it's a lot closer to natural sunlight, and it renders colors a lot better to their true form. This has a few advantages. It's not going to be tiring your eyes nearly as much. If you need to be accurate in terms of the colors you're seeing, this helps quite a bit. Usually with with flashlights, they go for maximum lumen output rather than true color rendering. So in this case, you're sacrificing some of that lumen, but you're getting true rendering of colors. In some cases, you definitely want to have that. So for a reading light, or for checking a map or something that you have to be sure of the colors, you have that option right there. This light is going to be lasting for 1 hour and 30 minutes, which is going to be good enough for most applications. Again, keep in mind, all of this is in a keychain $22 or $25 little flashlight. Finally, if you click one more time, this goes into strobe mode. And you can leave it like that. Let's say something bad happens to you, side of the road, car accident. I've known cases of people that died because help just couldn't find them. They were looking for them after a car accident. They were unconscious, and before losing consciousness, they tried to alert people around them, failed to do that, and ended up dying because of that. If you have an accident and you're very much hurt, or you're about to fall asleep, whatever it is, bleeding out, if you turn this on, someone is a lot more likely to find you. So this strobe is a fantastic addition. This is going to be lasting for 20 hours, which is pretty nice. So guys, it is a really nice little flashlight. I just love it. I think that for the money, for the size, the weight, which is nothing, it's one of those things that's pretty hard to beat in terms of how much punch you get for the weight, size, and money. Folks, remember to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Getting closer to those 60,000 subscribers, so that's awesome. Leaving the link for this below if you want to check it out. And that's going to be it. See you in the next video. Take care.